Tracing the threads back from these horrific moments to their point of origin won't be easy, but the starting points are there. There's a bomb and a young man who carried it somehow without being caught.
We keep talking about his radicalization, and one of the problems I have with that is there are plenty of people who are radicalized, and you could be radicalized on the internet, but really makes you a dangerous individual is if you learn the terrorist tradecraft, where you're able to construct an improvised explosive device.
This we know for sure. Salman Abedi spent at least 3 weeks in Libya, came back only days before carrying out the attack.
There is a brother, there's a family there, there are jihadist links associated with his father, and so the story is still unfolding.
And Libya is an ideal staging ground for terror groups. In part, that's an unintended consequence of the NATO air campaign that helped topple Muammar Gaddafi in 2011. Remember, Canada was an enthusiastic partner.
Together, we succeeded. Libya is finally free.
But on the ground, warring militias filled the vacuum. Libya became a source of weapons and a place for terror groups to train, plan, and launch attacks. The Algerian gas plant assault in 2013 that killed 40 people, the slaughter of 38 tourists at a Tunisian resort in 2015, and another attack on a Tunisian museum that same year. Tunisia is so worried about its lawless neighbor, it's built a dirt wall complete with a moat to try to keep the Libyan threats away. Threats the Obama administration feared would reach beyond Africa.
I am concerned about the growth of Libya as another area that could serve as a basis for ISIL to carry out attacks inside of Europe and in other locations.
Libya has no government. There are at least 3 rival governments, if not more, hundreds of tribal and political, ideological Islamist militias all over the country holding territory in this place and that place. In other words, it's a large, ungoverned space. When you are on the ground, you realize just how much space there is available to terrorists where they remain unmolested and they can go about their business.
You will not have safety, even in your dreams.
ISIS was quick to grab a piece of Libya. It once marketed its presence there predictably and publicly with mass executions.
Libya.
Recent U.S. airstrikes have managed to weaken ISIS a bit in Libya, driving it out of its major urban stronghold. But if the Manchester attack really has its roots in Libya, this is a serious reminder. Terrorism doesn't need territory.
That's probably not what ISIS was looking for in Libya. Libya was more about how to use the area to be able to have a facility that remain off the radar, more or less, and from where they can actually launch these kind of attacks.
The temptation may be to see that ISIS is getting pounded in Iraq and Syria, and so may be on the verge of defeat. But the warning is not so fast. This group is constantly reinventing itself.
They've taken cities, they've lost them. You think they're decimated because of a decapitation of leadership, but then, as time goes by, they tend to revive themselves. And that happens because the underlying social, political, economic realities do not change.
Bottom line, the threat to the West from Libya is all about the chaos within it. The disorder there is like oxygen to groups like ISIS. It gives them life while they plot death.